Hello, world. Good afternoon. Let's do that. Oh, God, that's loud. Remote. I can fix that balance about right, do we think? No, the music's a bit loud. Turn the music right down. Hey, Fred. How are you? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Trying to get my mic in the appropriate position. So you'll be so pleased to know, Fred, that got more admin to do today. Still hacking cold? Yeah. It's cold. Much rejoicing for ad. Yeah, we love a bit of admin. Can you tell me, Fred, is the music all choppy on your end? Seems fine. Good eye. Good eye. Thank you. I got gifted some seeds. Which of course means more seeds to add on my thing. Direct, so March to April. That's not the right color. We love plant admin. So these are all hardy annuals. Doing at the moment. I don't have an expiry on them. It's interesting. Plant men. Yes. Okay. New emote idea. Plant men. I'll make note of that. Where is my list? I have so many lists. Emote ideas. Oh, I've already got an emote idea for admin. But to add an additional emote for plant. The very top emote on my list here, Fred, is a damn it, Fred emote. I should make a list of my lists. So I actually do have a list of lists already. I'll show you. It's here on my Discord. These are all my plans and my lists. So each one of these posts is a list. And I have several lists of lists. So this list here is my list of lists. And then these two lists are just references, etc. So this is all in the same Discord. You see all of these channels up here. This is all of my... I basically organize my life with this Discord server. It works. It works perfectly. What was I doing? Plantmin is what I was doing. So these are from those and grows. Okay. Next. Eryngium. Eryngium? I wonder if I can... Yeah, there you go. A pretty flower. Like a thistly flower. And actually, I should be clear that I didn't get gifted these ones. I got gifted some heritage vegetable seeds, which we're also going to admin in a bit. But Lady Finchlot got gifted a box of from the same place. Thingies. The things. What's it? Yeah. I'm so good at this. Okay, I've done that wrong for a start, so that needs to go there. And then these marigolds aren't from Sows and Grows. They are from sowseeds.com. Thingy McDoubles. Yeah. That's right. Thingy McDoodles. Right, where was I? Spelled that wrong for a start. Spelled terribly, actually. Eryngiums. February to May. Moist, well drained. Full sun. Light layer, so 0.5. Powers can grow up to 50. They're all hardy annuals. So how are you, Fred? What are you up to today? You just chilling? Warhammer. Nice. Thought you might have been. Painting your miniatures. Coding games? I didn't know you coded games. I know you've kind of mentioned it in passing, but I didn't know that you were designing full-on games. Fine. Moist. Python. Python is basically one of the only languages I know any of. And I cannot do much with it. Making a small project fist. Like an actual hand fist? Small project first. No word so good. Yeah, that's fair. So next, the Dorcas Carota. Pretty. .6mm depth. It's very specific. When do I sew them? Really good that it doesn't tell me when to sew these ones. But it does give me an alternate sewing of August to September, so I guess that's what we're going to go with. Next, paver. They're pretty. January to 8. Deep, 30 centimeters apart. That's all the detail it gives. These ones are pretty. How important is the pot? Do you mean the type of pot you use? Or the location? Or in what context? Because depending on the context, it can either be very important or not very. It also depends on the plant. The size... so the size of a pot, if you are growing a plant in a pot, is quite important. So, for example, these ones, the Orlea grandiflora, if I were to want to grow this in a pot, it says on the packet, sow your seeds during this time of the year, blah, 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 blah. Then it says thin out 30 centimeters apart when large enough to handle, and potting on or planting out after the frosts have passed, deadheading or cutting, blah, 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 blah. So, depending on the plant, so for this one in particular, it looks as though this is probably quite a large plant, so you're going to need quite a large pot, right? So let's do a little bit of a Google. You don't have to go into this much detail. Like, depending on the plant, I'd be able to tell you the size of pot that you need, but I've never grown these before, so RHS gardening. And then this will give you a size, so it can grow up to half a meter to a meter tall, and up to half a meter wide. So, I mean, that's the ultimate spread of the foliage. That doesn't mean that you need a 50 centimeter diameter pot, right? You could probably get away with something like a 30 centimeter pot, because then the plant, as it spreads, would grow over the edge of the pot, and actually could look quite nice. I mean, that's very pretty, and obviously this is several, I mean, loads of plants quite close together. It's a branching annual, so that means that it will have several of these flower heads per plant, up to 75 centimeters tall. So the very tallest will grow up to a meter tall. So yeah, I'd say that this one, for example, would be quite happy in a pot, as long as the pot was, you know, a good 30 centimeter pot, for example. If I were to put this in a massive pot, then it would just look a little bit lost. Whereas if you put it in too small a pot, then the root system won't have enough space to grow, which could then lead to it essentially suffocating itself, because it's not getting enough nutrients to the root system that it has. Purely making some assumptions, I've never grown this plant, although I probably will next year, because, as you say, it looks like the bees would really, really, really like this. Floriferous, I've got no idea what that means. Long flowering and attractive to insects. So there you go. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. It entirely depends on the plant. Another example is a pumpkin, for example, like enormous pumpkin plants. I'm fairly sure I provided photographs of my pumpkin plant at one point. I'll see if I've got a picture of it here. No, I haven't, none. Wonder if I put it into the Hoff. Must have done. Somewhere. No, I didn't do. But as an example, so this is my garden. This is where I do all of my planting. This is where I grow all of my veg, etc. Just off screen here, down here, I put a pumpkin plant in a pot, and by the time it had grown to its fullest, it had completely covered this 2.5 meter by 1.5 meter bed. It completely covered it. And it lived in something like a 20 centimeter pot. Absolutely ridiculous plant. I'm sure I got pictures of it, but there you go. Another example is, yeah, it was escaping. It was trying to escape the pot. So whether that was an indication that the pot was too small, I don't know. But it went crazy. And then, oh, here's another really good example. This is 3 years of generations of oak trees grown from acorns. You can see there, obviously, each one has a progressively larger pot. And again, the reason for that is the root systems. Oak trees clearly have quite large root systems. So, sort of each year, I've sort of rehomed this guy, the guy on the left, into a slightly larger pot. He will probably be quite happy in that pot for another 3 years or so. So that's fine. This guy will need repotting next year because of the root system again. This guy's probably going to be happy for another year in that size pot. And then I've got some acers over there in slightly larger pots. Those pots are sort of between these two pots. Entirely depends on the plant and the root system. But another good example is if I wanted to grow carrots in pots, which is perfectly doable, they would need to be deep enough. Because, of course, carrots grow downwards. So they need enough room to do that. So, yeah. Might have been an overly complicated answer, but the short version of that answer is it depends. The catch-all get-out-of-jail-free card answer of it depends. We've just looked into this, haven't we? That can grow up to a meter and up to a meter in spread. Which is really exciting, actually. See, on the back of the packet, it says to leave them 30 centimeters apart, which presumably if they grew to a meter wide, they're all going to be really compact, but at the same time, they're obviously quite happy doing that. They'll just be growing through each other. Next one of my favourites. Sweet peas. They're pretty. Right, sweet peas down here. Giant Spencer waved mix. Yep, it's basically the same as that other variety. So, body annual. Kind of triggers me that I've decided to use centimeters as my unit of measurement here. No, surely not. Surely I've used millimeters. No, I don't think so. No. 50 centimeters. See, another example, Fred, is this one specifies. So for the sweet peas here, for early flowers, so 3 seeds, 13 millimeters deep per 10 centimeter pot. Actually tells you the pot to grow them in, but then you go on to plant them outside once they get a bit bigger. Scabiosa. It's an interesting plant. Search for the most fancy plant which can only be planted in the half moon and watered with tea. That is definitely going to be some sort of variety of iris. I can guarantee that. Gypsophila elegans. G. That was the worst spelling I've ever attempted. These are really pretty as well. Antihenums? Never heard of them. From September to March. Interesting. I could plant some of these now. Some of them already. See how it compares. April to June. Yep. Sounds cool. It's easy. Agrostema. we've got some delphiniums. Flowers added. Do the heritage vegetables. I'm really excited about these. Okay, it's come with a random unlabeled bag of coriander seeds. It's interesting. Which apparently I've actually run out of, so that's surprisingly useful. Coriander. Absolutely no idea any of the details. Right. Chilies. Masala chilies. Sow seeds January to April. That is all I know about them. Heritage basil. February to June. About 6 million. Look at these things. Borlotti beans. How fascinating is that? Like red broad bean. Yeah, they do. I mean, I'm just looking. So the name of them is the Borloto Lingua di Fuoco. Fuoco. Now Fuoco is what does that mean? Spicy or something? Woko. Fire, flame, focus. Woko. So it's the Borloto long fire bean is basically what that translates as. So that's super fascinating. I'm definitely going to try those. I just got no courgette note there. Side. March through August. It's about the same, actually. Oh, heritage tomatoes, my favorite. Blue Lake climbing French beans. May to mid-July. Centimeters deep, 25 centimeters apart. Almost done. How is that a heritage variety? The early Nantes. That's carrots. That's one of the most abundant in it. Or early Nantes 2. Okay, maybe not. The abundant varieties in Nantes 5. Interesting. That's February to August. So out. Soil. Kale. Tuscany kale. I think I added kale. Yes, I did. August. One centimeter deep. 50 centimeters. And finally, variety of beetroot. Okay. Right. That's that bit done. It's like video games titles. Nantes 5. Been there. Done that. That's genius, Fred. Actually genius. Well done, you made me giggle. Next. Planning out jobs for the weekend. We've already missed this weekend, but that's fine. Next week, 10th, 11th. Seventeenth, 18th. 20th, 25th. 30th and the 1st of so just tidy this. Done that. Done that. I've now finally cut back the buddleia. Only 3 months late. Sown onions and I've oiled tools. Arch, we're going to be up quite soon. We've done that. Done that. Done that. Done that. I've done that. I've done that. And I've done that. I have not done that. Oops. I've done that. Done those things. Must redo the tree ties. I've not done that yet. Haven't done that yet. I've planted the hellebores. Not dealt with that yet. Done that. I've not done that yet. I've not done that yet. I've done that. I've not done that yet. I have started that. Done that. I've done that. And I've done that. I haven't planted my chilies yet. I really need to get around to doing that. Okie dokie. Right. Oops. Jobs. Need to do those. Plant lilies. Just a fair warning, Fred, an ad is about to start. have any of those. I don't have any of those. Kitty. There was motion at my front door. It was a kitty. I mean, I do need to trim all the ley land dye in this as well. That needs to go on the list. Indoor plant stuff. Not feeding the birds. Winter flower audit, that's basically what we're doing right now. Disinfect all seed trays. Done that anyway, so seeds of summer bedding plants. Seeds. Planted my garlic already. Not a great deal for me to do in January. No worries, Fred. Fixed a bug in your code. Thank you for the background noises. No worries. Have a good afternoon, Fred. Oops. So that's actually all the jobs for January. Easy month. This month, because I've already done everything. March, we're up there. Let's see. Okay. Catch up, so. Sweet. Was it? So many. I can't remember. So that's Scotch. Problem. Cute. May. Long white icicle, not a clue. So we're going to go in March and April. Oh. Cool. Again, no idea. Potassium and fertilizer. March to May. Is May to June. Wisconsin, September. Unknown. So we're going to put that in March/April. Spear tomatoes. May to April. Yes. June. Some fruits. Carrots. Amsterdam. Not a clue, but we'll go March through June. March to June. Mantis 5. Very much the same. Well, snips are very much the same as well. Start planting in February through May. The first things to be planted then. Cauliflower. Not a clue. January to February. Okay, interesting. So, January to February. Indoors, presumably. I need to be doing that now. So I'll do that next weekend. French beans. Blue, but we're gonna go April to May. leeks again this year. February through June. Hello, Fred. Welcome back. Hey. Radish. Mooly meanie. From May to August. Onions. Through September. Garlic already done. Already planted some garlic. Kale needs going April. July. Sweet corn. Mid-spring. What the hell does that actually mean? You go with February. June. And then peppers. March to April. So there was something here that we needed to start in January. Cauliflower. So I am going to those next weekend. Right, there we go. Is that all of the admin I needed to do today? I think it is. Admin defeated. Yeah. The admin is never over. It's just today's admin. I think it's done. Honestly, I thought that was going to take longer than it did. Let me check my almanac here. Nothing particularly that I need. January. Things to start. Chilies. Roses. Leeks. Really? When did I put on my list here to start my leeks? February. Yeah, that'll be fine. Brussels sprouts. Climbing roses. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. It's a strange feeling. Other books. Okay. We need to do in January. All the books basically say do your ordering, do your planning, which is exactly what we're doing. Essentially saying do your admin, which we've done a lot of. I'm not growing potatoes this year, not growing chicory. Big piece here in this book about potatoes. weed control. We've got got weeding on the planner already. That's that. Now we'll have a look at Gardener's World Almanac. Order seeds, clean pots and tools, trim off old hellebore leaves, chop up, compost the Christmas tree, plant variant shrubs and trees, tie in climbers, plan ahead, which is exactly what we're doing. Check through seed packets and throw away those that are out of date. That's exactly what we've been doing the last couple of admin streams. Well, that's controversial. Turn your compost. No, we don't do that. Apples and pears. It's prune. The apples. What to sow? Sow under cover. Leeks, chilies, onions, carrots and radishes. That's a bit early for carrots and radishes for me. I'm not planting anything new. There's a job on here that I can do, which is cover the beds to warm up the soil. Got that on my list yet? That's good. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Admin defeated. It's the question of what to do now. Just be right back. And we're back in the room. Also just realised it's Piplup Community Day on Pokemon Go. Have a cheeky quick look Oh, I was about to say, for a shiny. I've literally just caught one, but I couldn't tell because it's so similar to normal. Yay, shiny Piplup. But yeah, in terms of admin for the day, I think I'm actually done. So it's about an hour until I need to go and make some dinner. So I'm wondering what else I could do. Play some video games, I guess. It's the best way to pivot into doing. No more shiny Piplups, just the one. Genuinely trying to think if there's any additional adminy type things that I need to do. Probably not. Do. Says loads. Oh, I'm only 2 behind. You. Right. Well, I reckon I'm gonna play a wee bit of Command and Conquer. Just for an hour. Right, I reckon that up the auto mod. Leave that there. Okay, so we can do category. Command Conk General. Open up virus number 4. And we are gonna stop that audio. We're gonna move over onto this overlay. Launch that. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Thank you. Thank you, Command and Conquer. Very quickly though, we are gonna go and sort out some audio capture. And we're back. That has not worked, but it's fine. This. Capture. Do that. No, it's not. Is that correct? I think that's correct. Move. Ooh, right, okay. So that has come through already onto there. It's fine. So if I now open this, I can't see anything.
Terrorist base destroyed by American forces while defending
Our
civilians.
victorious forces continue their liberation.
So annoyingly, ow. That's right, okay. Annoyingly, because it's all pissy, it messes with where this is, where OBS is. What if I windowed? See, this would be fine, but it's just not. Annoying. Anyway, I'll just change back to full screen. And we'll just deal with the fact that OBS pisses off all the way over to the right. Because it messes with all of my resolutions. It's fine.
Terrorist base destroyed.
Wait, no, that is not fine. Why is it doing that? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anywho, admin is finished. So you know what? I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you, Fred, for hanging out. If you're still here, if you're not, then I hope you're having a good day. So yeah, GG's.